seeing me in front of the camera, and that's by choice, right? I know with running Youth Earn and Learn Jobs for Kids, our ambassadors and our fresh produce are absolutely the stars. So I tend to stay behind the camera and do all of the filming. But with coronavirus 19 running rampant, and me watching recently the movie 2012, I know y'all been binge watching as well. So I watched the movie 2012 and I begin to think to myself, I'm no scientist, I'm no VIP running countries or anything like that, but during a time where it's so much going on and there's so many unknown things going on, what can I do? And the thing that I know with running Youth Earn and Learn Jobs for Kids that I can do is I can continue to bring fresh produce into your homes, plus I can share with you money-saving tips so that you can feed your family delicious, healthy meals and make your dollar stretch, okay? So I have my assistant helping me, and I said I will start with the segment that he would be able to help me with, and then I will be able to take the camera and get behind it again and be able to finish this short video. So one of the things I want to do as I get started is I want to show you how to take a rotisserie chicken, which I use in a lot of the meals that we made, and I want to show you how to cut it so that you can be able to feed yourself and your family all week long. Now, some of you are thinking, what, all week long? Well, I say that in general and I say that loosely, and when I go through the meal prepping ideas, the meal tips, you'll see what I mean. So first of all, let me help you to know how to really be able to prepare your chicken so that it can go the distance. Now, the big secret in being able to separate your chicken is to let it be cold. So this has been in the refrigerator, thus a little bit of wrinkles. And when you refrigerate it, it actually allows you to pretty much just bend, do short, easy snips, and your chicken is cut. Now I'm gonna do it again a little bit slower because I know that was pretty fast, all right? So you just bend that leg on up, and then you just snip it right there, and it's cut, right? So you have your two legs. And in doing the cost-saving tips, the meal prepping tips that's gonna stretch your dollars and allow you to feed your family in a healthy way, I am going to give you the secret. Now the secret is two things. One, you want to absolutely save your breast. Now the chicken breast is my favorite piece of the chicken, but in order to stretch the budget, in order to allow our dollars to last in this time of uncertainty, the last thing we want to be worried about is what's for dinner, how am I going to feed the kids, how am I going to make my meal dollar stretch. So I'll sacrifice that chicken breast for the good of the family. So again, in separating the chicken, you see that? You can just fold it, because what we're doing now is separating your chicken thighs. And again, once we do that bend, we're going to take that knife to just go ahead and separate our bones. See that? So now you have your two chicken thighs. And I apologize to all of my PETA friends, all of my vegetarian friends, all right? But for the rest of us who still are working on it, right? We're going to figure out the best way to be able to separate our chicken. Now you might be wondering, well, why did she choose chicken? Well, you've been grocery shopping lately. You know how expensive your beef can be, and pork is something that we do not use in our Youth Earn and Learn kitchen, okay? And so with the chicken, it is something that we put in the majority of our protein meat meals, and we also have the option of doing seafood, okay? So the last two pieces that I need to separate off of here are the chicken wings, all right, the chicken wings. And I'm really excited because with Youth Earn and Learn, we have figured out to use everything on the chicken besides the cluck and the butt. And I've had seniors tell me how they use the butt part of the turkey, of different things, and they use that to season their stews and their meat, their stews and their greens and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, good for you, but I will not indulge in that. So I kind of put that butt off to the side. Okay, so that was wing 1. Now we're going to do wing 2. So with the rotisserie chicken, one thing I will say is sometimes when you go to get it, it's going to be important that you allow it to bake a little bit longer, because not all pieces are as done as others. And when I pick out my rotisserie chicken, I always look for the one that's like really beating the top of the container, because that lets you know it's the biggest and the plumpest. And if you check when you go back to the store, you'll see exactly what I mean. So now you have your 2 legs, your 2 wings, and your 2 thighs. And then here you have your breast intact as well as the back. And you might say, well, you know, I don't serve the back. No, I don't serve the back either. But what we do with the back is we use it to make our sliders. We use it to make our chicken salad, as well as our soups and stuff like that. So again, we like to use everything besides the cluck and the butt, like I said. So here are the 2 breasts right here, okay? And so with the 2 breasts, I believe I can like begin to fold it, but it'll be much easier if I just go ahead and take the knife, and if I come down straight down the middle like that. And then that separates the breast. And it's important to separate the breast like that, because in just a few minutes you'll see all the different meals that we made and how we use the breast as a key part of it. And again, we're not going to get rid of the back. And when we trim around the breast and stuff like that, these little pieces here that don't seem like they fit and match up to anything, we'll use that as well. And that's what we'll use to create, again, our chicken salad and our chicken sliders. Thank you so much, Corey. I will take it over from there. All right. Thank you, Brian, for tuning in. I appreciate you. Kim, Carolyn, Minister Thomas, and Tanya. All right, so y'all just saw me go over how to separate the chicken. And it's very important to learn how to separate the chicken, because look at all these different meals. Look at all these different meals where you see the chicken has been used, right? The chicken has been used. This is chicken breast meat. That's chicken breast meat. This chicken thigh here is in that complete meal. Thank you, Darianne, for tuning in from Hawaii, girl. All right. And then, like I said, we use everything besides the cluck and the butt. So even the pieces that were from the chicken back and those little wonky pieces that maybe fell off the breast or a little piece off the wing or whatever, we use that for our chicken sliders. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up and the love. And then there is the chicken salad. And you know, I have been working on this presentation for a couple of days. Hey, Mike, thanks for tuning in. And it's real easy to keep putting things off, And I had to actually talk myself into going on and getting it done this evening, because, again, during this COVID-19 period where people are, you know, we're being told to stay home, and we can do that. But like I said, I watched 2012, and there were people in that movie, and even though it was just a movie, it was symbolic of what's going on right now. And everybody during this time can contribute whatever they can. And you can stay home and you can do things that will be a blessing and a help to your fellow man. And you have to decide what that is for you. So with Youth Earn and Learn Jobs for Kids, as you know, we do our fresh produce grab bags. Thank you, Sonia, for tuning in. Thank you, guys, for the thumbs up and the love. We do our fresh produce grab bags every Monday. We get our shipments in. And it is important for those of us who are adopting a healthy way of eating to know what to do with these things. And it's especially important during this time when we don't know, hey, Miss Bertha, when we don't know what's going to be going on with our stimulus checks, what's going to be going on with our paychecks, how we're going to be able to make those ends meet. And even though they have loaded up more on the SNAP EBT cards, which we do accept, let's be real, not all of us are going to get those. And I got a call today from someone, and she's like, I have no food, I'm here, I just had a stroke, and I had this going on and that going on. And heaven forbid we have to deal with anything like that. But what we do want to be able to do is be that one in our family who's the level-headed one, who's that one who knows how to make something out of nothing, right? To make something, take a little bit and make a whole lot. And so I want to incorporate what we have to offer with our weekly $20 grab bags with that rotisserie chicken that y'all saw me just separate, plus some ground meat, and I used ground turkey. Again, think clean, think lean, think healthy, and I made a number of different meals, okay? So I want to walk you through some of the meals that we made and what things we used to make it, all right? And so if you think $20 grab bag, yes, Tanya, chicken noodle soup after a chicken dinner, that's right. $20 grab bag, and it's going to give us a variety of fruits and vegetables for the week, right? And some extra stuff. And if you put that $20 grab bag, again, with your rotisserie chicken and some ground meat, you may say you'll spend roughly maybe $10 on your meat items, right? So that's $30. So for $35, we'll be a little generous. Look at what you can do, right? Look at what you can do. And y'all just saw me cut up the chicken. I only bought 2 of them. So if you're thinking, you mean to tell me she made all of these meals with just that one other chicken? Yes and no. Yes, I did, but I even have chicken still left. Thank you, Charlene, for tuning in. I still have chicken left because, again, you see your one barbecue chicken dinner right here. Your wings, your legs, you don't see, right? So the wings and legs are in the refrigerator waiting to be used in a different meal. So I just, again, want to walk you through what we did with our grab bag plus the rotisserie chicken. Then we'll talk about our ground turkey and what we did with that. All right? So in this week's grab bag, we had some simple sidekick meals. This one here, the sweet teriyaki veggie rice. Now you got 2 of those, right? And I had said on Monday that you could take this sweet teriyaki veggie rice and you can follow the recipe, or you can do a chicken fried rice. You see, so in anything that you get, whether it's our grab bags or whether it's shopping at the store, anything that you purchase, once you purchase it, it is yours. You hook it up the way that you and your family enjoy. So with the sweet teriyaki veggie rice, we put it with some sweet and sour chicken breast pieces, laid it on that bed of sweet teriyaki veggie rice, and there you go. That's a meal, okay? And then for the alternative for the chicken fried rice, or for those who are vegetarians, right? So we took those little pieces of chicken, remember, that fall from here and there. You just chop those up and you add it to there. When you go to the Chinese restaurant, sometimes you have your chicken fried rice and there's just a little chunk of chicken here, a little chunk of chicken there. You can do the same thing at your house, okay? So we have the chicken fried rice with eggs here. And then for those who are vegetarian, we did not put the eggs and chicken in there, all right? So that is our fried rice made from the sweet teriyaki veggie rice, where we followed the recipe here. And then here, instead of adding the sweet teriyaki sauce packet, we used a little bit of soy sauce and did our fried rice with that. All right, and we just got a wok. If we didn't have a wok, we would have put it right into the frying pan. So we use our sweet teriyaki veggie rice for those 3 meals there. Now for this one here, this is a crowd favorite. This is our zoodle spaghetti, right? This is spaghetti made with the zucchini noodles. This is it down here, vegetarian style. So instead of the meat sauce, where you can see the ground turkey in there, this one here has broccoli in it and heavier sweet peppers. And that's so our vegetarians can have something interesting and tasty in their spaghetti also. All right, so the noodle packs that I used, I actually used the zucchini noodles from here as well as here. And you might say, well, why did you use both? Again, your fresh produce grab bags, your grocery shopping, it's yours. I don't really care for pesto, and I knew all I needed were those spirals, right? The zucchini spirals. So I use the zucchini spirals from both of these to make up our spaghetti. Okay? So you had gotten 2 of each of those, so that's 4 packs. So I thought about it afterwards. I could have done some chicken Alfredo. You could do shrimp scampi. You can just really get creative with your spirals. You can do any number of things with that. Okay? So I'm going to set that right there. That represents what we did with our veggie spirals. Now, this here, I'm going to start in the back. Again, we already talked about our sliders. These are our barbecue chicken sliders that are on some Hawaiian sweet rolls. And then this here is our vegetable slaw. Okay? So this is the vegetable slaw. That also, you got 2 bags of that in this week's Fresh Produce grab bag. So I'm going to tuck that right underneath here because that represents what we did with the vegetable slaw. Some of you may remember, Tony, that I said on Monday, I don't care for mayo, and someone had given me a tip that you can actually go with the sun-dried tomato dressing instead of the mayo, and you can use that in your vegetable slaw. So that's what I did. That's why this one doesn't have that white creamy base, but it has, it's just kind of glistening and you don't even know what exactly is in there. It is the sun-dried tomato dressing that's stirred up in there. And again, this is made with the vegetable slaw. Now, beside it, we already talked a little bit about the sliders. Well, we talked about the sliders, and now this here are your chicken salad wraps. Your chicken salad wraps. We put it on some lettuce so it won't make your wraps soggy. And then we not only serve it with pickle spears, but we have potato salad that we serve that with also. Now, with your wraps, they come in your flour tortillas, as well as your spinach herb, your tomato base. You know what your family likes and what your family is willing to try. And you can let them know during this time of COVID-19, we're going to be very adventurous. We're going to be trying new things. We're going to be doing new things in a new way because this is all about us being able to eat healthy and have a good time. And if you have young people, it's important to introduce the good time feature, but you know that this is all about making your dollars stretch and being able to take care of the expenses of feeding your kids breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And I know what that's like, all right? So there we have that with your chicken salad wraps. Now this here is our veggie stir fry. Now with our veggie stir fry, yes, we did use the vegetable slaw. And I told y'all on Monday that this can be done as a stir fry. It did not have to be done as a slaw. So in here we have our vegetable slaw that we use as a stir fry. And we put it with our organic quinoa and brown rice. You can get the box of them. All right, you can get the box of them, and it's really easy. They say you can put it in the microwave for 90 seconds. I tend not to use the microwave, so you can also warm it up on the stove. And this is how we did that. So we have our veggie slaw. We did mix it with some other vegetables, and we put that along with our organic brown rice and quinoa. Now, speaking of the organic brown rice and quinoa, we had tricolor peppers in our fresh produce grab bag last week. And with those tricolor peppers, we actually stuffed some this week. We used the brown rice and quinoa as well as some black beans, right? As well as some black beans. And we stuffed them into our peppers. For those who are vegetarian, we held it right there. But for those of you who enjoy meat, we do have our ground turkey mixed with the black beans, tomatoes, the brown rice and quinoa, all of that stuffed into our roasted peppers, okay? And so when you get your fresh produce grab bags, that $20 can feed you and your family not only for your first week, but there are things that you can freeze. There are things you can freeze by putting them in your freezer bags, and you can use them the following week. So far, I have shown you the sweet teriyaki veggie rice, what we did with the zucchini spirals, and I've mentioned the broccoli that we had in our zoodle spaghetti. Now, something else that we did, we roasted our broccoli. And see, we had broccoli in both areas. We roasted our broccoli, and we were able to put that in the vegetarian spaghetti, as well as we kept some broccoli fresh, and we put that in some of our salad. Okay? So in our salad, we were able to sprinkle some of the vegetable slaw over our salad. We were able to put broccoli in there. This is our deluxe garden salad. And the whole point of it being a deluxe garden salad is to infuse it with as many vegetables and tasty items such as the fruit as you can. And then back here is our deluxe Caesar salad. And with our deluxe Caesar salad, there it is. There's our chicken breast again. That's why it's important to separate the chicken, use that chicken breast in a number of different dishes so that you can feed your family. And then we also have here our nacho salad. And with our nacho salad, as you can see, you have your lettuce, your salsa, your Mexican cheese, your nacho chips, and we have a 2-ounce cup of our black beans, ground turkey, tomatoes, that combination there, and it's Tex-Mex flavor, so it has a little bit of heat to it, a little bit of kick. For anyone who's vegetarian, we would give them just the black beans and the tomatoes. We wouldn't put the ground turkey in it at all. Okay, so those are 3 different salads, pretty popular salads for us. And then we also have our side salad here. And with the side salad, you guessed it, yep, there you see some of that same veggie slaw that decorates and adds color to our side salad. Now, something that's fun, this is our zoodle salad. And with our zoodle salad, let me show you. We used not only the zucchini noodles, but we used the butternut squash noodles. So in our zoodle salad, we have both noodles, zucchini and butternut squash, and we added to it tomatoes. And then you might say, well, what's the liquid? What's the liquid? I'm glad you asked, because the liquid that is in that salad is actually Italian salad dressing. Italian salad dressing. So I'm going to put this down right here beside our zoodle salad, like so. And on last week, you were able to get a vegetable tray with your grab bag. And so that's where all your tomatoes are coming from. Okay? So again, in this era of so much change and so much advice to just stay home, because that's the safest and best thing that you can do. Follow the instructions. Absolutely follow the instructions. And think about what you can do to contribute and help mankind. What can you do? And like I said, we are essential personnel. We know that it's so important. Hey, Stanley, thank you so much. We know it's so important for people to not only to eat, but to eat healthy. So I wanted to go over different things that we did with our fresh produce grab bag that you can do with your family, so that, again, during COVID-19, where there are so many people who have been laid off, so many people who aren't going to know what to do and how to make their dollar stretch, every week we want to be able to share what we're doing and what you can do with your fresh produce grab bag and a rotisserie chicken and some ground meat, or not, because not everybody is into meat protein like that. They may just want their beans and their nuts and their vegetable protein. But again, it's all about staying calm and making the contribution to your family and to your community that you can make. And so the other thing that we made on this week, we did our banana puddings, right? We did our banana puddings. And even with our banana puddings, a lot of people sometimes will grill us and they'll ask us, they'll drill us and they're like, well, is it made from scratch? Did you use milk? Did you do this? Did you do that? Any of our recipes, and this is what we will encourage you, any recipe that you follow, you make it your own. And when I say you make it your own, some of the things that we do that we know enhance flavor, we'll add it. And so with our banana puddings, we always add a little vanilla to it. With our cornbread and our signature spice cake, we add our extra spices to it. We add our vanilla, we add our love. Because at the end of the day, you want to take very good care of your family. You want to take very good care of yourself. And these are just some tips that we know that you can use to help stretch your dollars. It's things that I learned, and I just wanted to pass it on to you. And so what we are committed to doing is each week being able to go over different meal ideas that you can use to feed your family, to allow your fresh produce grab bags to do more than you thought it could do in terms of feeding you and yours. And as I have read several different things about how to keep your immune system up and how to recuperate if you do wind up getting infected with COVID-19, the biggest thing, eat your vegetables, eat healthy. Well, we have been saying since 2015 or so, we want to be your partner in health. And not only do we want to be your partner in health, we want to be your partner during this time where so many people are facing a lot of stress and they don't know which way to go. We're here. You're not going through any of this alone. And the one contribution that we know that we can make is, again, bringing the fresh produce, the fresh fruits and vegetables to your home through delivery service or curbside pickup. But we want to add to it the opportunity to come before you and to be able to show you different meals that you can make using your fresh produce grab bags so that you can have those dollars stretch. Now, I'm going to give you one last tip as I wrap up. Some of you know my ex-husband is Jamaican, and so being a part of that culture has definitely given me so many benefits and has taught me so many things. One of the things that I learned being in the graces of my in-laws, being around Granny, my ex-husband's grandmother, and my mother-in-law before she passed on to glory, is that, and I won't say this is only a Jamaican thing, but for Americans, it's an old-fashioned thing, but in terms of serving the plates. That is a tradition that so many of us have gotten out of the habit of doing, and I had as well until I was courting my ex-husband. And in the Jamaican culture, they do what's called share the food. And in sharing the food, that just means that they are serving the plates. They are dishing out the dinner. And my sister was commenting one day how you must really love serving your son, because she was commenting on how I was serving his plate. And I had to share with her the history of my Jamaican in-laws and how they taught me to share the meal. And what I learned from sharing the meal is you are in control of how much everybody gets, okay? You are in control of how much everybody gets. So on some packaging, they'll say, well, this has 2 servings, this has 2.5 servings, this has 4 servings, whatever the quantity is. You're holding the spoon and the pot or the bowl, and you are dishing out what goes on everyone's plate. If you know you have 3 and 4 and 5 people to feed, then you make sure that 4 and 5 people get a little of everything that you're putting out there. It may sound simple because it is, but when you have 2 and 3 people fix their plates first, you don't know what's going to be left, and you don't know if it's going to be enough left to share, to go around. So I will encourage you to pick up some of those big mama traits, some of those Jamaican and other cultures traits, and go ahead and start sharing the plates again. Serve the plates all over again, because we don't know exactly how long we're going to be dealing with the effects of COVID-19, but we want to be thriving during this period of time. We absolutely want to thrive. So hopefully, as we wrap up, you have learned something about how you can take your $20 fresh produce grab bag, couple it with your ground turkey or ground beef if you do red meat, plus a few sides like your organic brown rice and quinoa, your black beans, and if you still eat bread, then you can get some tortilla wraps, you can get some Hawaiian rolls. I use lettuce wraps, but you can incorporate those things to allow your family budget to stretch, and you can be able to feed your family and feed them well. Again, we are your partner in good health. We are your partner in thriving during this time of COVID-19. If you have any questions for me, you can give me a call at 757-714-1789. That's 757-714-1789. If this was a benefit to you, Minister Thomas, good evening to you, to Stanley, to Darianne, Tanya, Carolyn, Kim, Brian, Mike, Sonia, Bertha. If this was of any help to you, please let us know in the comments. We appreciate you, and we do plan on bringing this information to you on a weekly basis. Some of the items, if you're wondering if you can purchase any of these grab-and-go meals, heat and eat meals, you absolutely can. Just give us a call. Some of them are already sold, but some of them are available. Again, we can be reached at 757-714-1789. Peace and blessings.